This is Desire Doue, aka Neymar Jr., one of the hottest prospects in world football, and today we go on a journey to make Desire Doue the best player in the world. And of course here he is, starting off season number 1 at PSG, 19 years of age and only 79 overall. I feel like he should be higher, but that means training is needed for Desire Doue to get up to the level that he needs to be at. Kicking off
and all time.
This is Desire Doue, aka Neymar Jr., one of the hottest prospects in world football, and today we go on a journey to make Desire Doue the best player in the world. And of course here he is, starting off season number 1 at PSG, 19 years of age and only 79 overall. I feel like he should be higher, but that means training is needed for Desire Doue to get up to the level that he needs to be at. Kicking off the season, and we could start off extremely strong as we have the trophy to champs up against Monaco, and we had a nice little chance at the start of the game with Doue managing to get through, however just missing the target. Later on though, Doue slotted through to Patrick Schick, who slotted it through to Desire Emery, and of course he did slot it into the back of the net, making it 1-0 for PSG. And later on Doue would get involved yet again, coming up the side like he usually does before slotting it in to Patrick Schick, giving him a nice easy goal, making it 2-0 for PSG. As of course we did go on to win the game at 2-0 and picking up our first trophy already for Desire Doue. Moving on, and of course we did have our first game of Ligue 1 up against Havre, and Desire Doue getting involved yet again, this time one-on-one with the keeper before putting it into the back of the net himself, making it 1-0 for PSG. And later on in the game Ousmane Dembele would get through, managing to finish them off at 2-0, as of course we did go on to win the game at 2-0. 4 games into the season now, and of course PSG are leading the way, having won 4 games out of 4, and Desire Doue is already up to an insane 82 overall, with already a +3 only a couple months in. Although he's not getting as involved as we would quite like him to be, as he's only got 2 goals and 1 assist in 8 games. Halfway through the season now, and PSG of course are still leading the way, although it's only by 1 point over Lyon. We are still of course in the Coupe de France where we face Metz, and of course the Champions League is going pretty well as we are sat in 4th place. And Desire Doue just keeps growing as he is now up to an 85 overall, really getting involved in this team now, as he is walking away with 15 goals and 3 assists in just 26 games for PSG. Definitely an improvement from the first 4 games. Moving on though, and of course we are into the round of 32 of the Coupe de France, and we do get a nice 2-1 win. Desire Doue scoring very early on. Into the round of 16 where we face Stade de Reims, and we do get a nice 3-0 win. Into the quarter-final of the Coupe de France, and it's another win, coming in at 1-0 with a very late winning goal from Desire Doue. Into the semi-finals now as we come up against Olympique Lyon, and we do get a ticket to the final as we manage to beat them 2-1. Into the round of 16 of the Champions League as we face Juventus, and we do actually lose the first leg 1-0. Thankfully though we pulled through in the second leg as we managed to beat them on penalties. Into the quarter-final as we face Borussia Dortmund, and we obliterate them in the first leg 3-0. The second leg is just a 0-0 draw, however we are through to the semi-finals. And in the semi-finals we do see ourselves up against Manchester City, and we do get obliterated in the first leg 3-1. And even though we put up a great fight at the Etihad, we did get knocked out, losing 4-3 on aggregate. Moving straight on from that though, and we do have the Coupe de France final up against Strasbourg, and they did start off extremely strong, getting a penalty before slotting it into the back of the net, putting us 1-0 down in the 10th minute. Thankfully though, we did get a ball through to Ollie Watkins, through to Desire Doue, and he did of course slot it into the back of the net, equalising the game at 1-1. Later on in the game, Doue would find himself in a perfect position, running through, pass from Ousmane Dembele, slotting it into the back of the net yet again, making it 2-1 for PSG. And Ollie Watkins later on would put the final nail in the coffin, as he did get a nice ball over the top, placing it perfectly under the keeper to make it 3-1. And of course we did win the game at 3-1, and of course getting yet another trophy already for Desire Doue. Finishing the season now, and of course it is yet another trophy for Desire Doue, as they have gone on to win Ligue 1. We did of course also start the season winning the trophy champs up against Monaco 2-0, and we did manage to win the treble this season as we won the Coupe de France 3-1 against Strasbourg. And Desire Doue is now up to an insane 88 overall at just the end of his first season, and his stats are already looking ridiculous. And it's just been an insane season overall for Desire Doue, as he is walking away with 33 goals and 13 assists in just 58 games. Also coming third in the top assisters of Ligue 1, and just about missing out on the golden boot, 2 goals behind Neil Maupay. And just to top the season off, Desire Doue has walked away with the player of the season of Ligue 1. Finishing the season, and of course we did have a fair few offers from a few teams. However, we are deciding to start season number 2 off staying at PSG. We could have another strong start here with the Trophy des Champs, and we did, managing to win 4-0 halfway through the season, and PSG leading the way yet again, 2 points ahead of Marseille. We are of course still in the Coupe de France, where we face Amiens, and we are currently sat 10th in the Champions League. And Desire Doue is now up to a 90 overall. He just keeps growing, still only 20 years of age, and his stats are insane. Also walking away from 24 games with 15 goals and 5 assists is just next level for Desire Doue. Into the round of 16 of the Champions League up against Atletico Madrid, and we did actually lose the first leg 2-0, and we do get knocked out extremely early in the Champions League 2-1 to Atletico Madrid. We are into the semi-finals of the Coupe de France, where we face Marseille, and we are into the final again as we beat them 2-0. And in the final we do come up against FC Lorient, and we did get a little corner here. We did get quite lucky, to be honest. Desire Doue making a nice tackle into Calafiori, and what a finish that was to make it 1-0. Later on in the game we would get a second, Yao Neves whipping it into Darwin Núñez, and Darwin Núñez slotting it in to make it 2-0. Of course winning the game at 2-0 and picking up yet another trophy. Finishing the season, and of course PSG have won Ligue 1 yet again, this time by 13 points. Of course winning the Trophy Champs 4-0 against Lyon, and winning the Coupe de France 2-0 against Lorient. And Desire Doue up to a 91 overall now. Again, his stats are just looking insane. And what a ridiculous season overall it has been for Desire Doue. 38 games and 14 assists in 54 games for him. It has just been a completely next level season for him. And this time he has actually managed to walk away with the golden boot with 25 goals. We are of course called up to the World Cup with France, and our first game is up against Wales, and we do win the first game 3-1. Our second game is up against Denmark, and we do get another win, this time 2-0, 2 goals coming from Desire Doue. Third game, and we did come up against Argentina, and we did actually lose this game 2-1. Into the round of 16 as we come up against Mexico, and we managed to get through as we beat them 2-0. Into the quarter final, where we would come up against Argentina yet again, and they would beat us yet again despite efforts from Desire Doue, beating us 2-1 and knocking us out in the quarter final. And moving into season 3, I think we need a move if we do want to become the best player in the world, and we've got an offer from Manchester City. So season number 3 starts off with Desire Doue moving to the Premier League, and he is moving to Manchester City. And we could start off life extremely strong as we have the Community Shield up against Liverpool, and we've done exactly that. Desire Doue managing to dribble past the whole defence, running them ragged before smashing it into the back of the net, making it 1-0 for Manchester City. And that is actually how we would go on to win the game, as we pick up a trophy for Manchester City in just our first game. 4 games into the season now, and of course Manchester City are leading the way, winning 4 games out of 4, and Desire Doue is still a 91 overall, although he has fit extremely well into the Premier League. 8 appearances with 7 goals and 2 assists already. Into the round of 16 of the Carabao Cup, where we face Stoke. Can Dowie do it on a cold rainy night in Stoke? That's the question. And he can. He even scores to make up for it. 3-1. Into the quarter final, and we face Burnley, and we beat them again 2-1. Halfway through the season now, and Manchester City still leading the way, although Chelsea are right behind them, just 2 points behind. We are of course still in the FA Cup, where we face Nottingham Forest, and of course we are into the semi-final of the Carabao Cup, where we face Tottenham. And the Champions League is also going pretty good, as we are sat in second place. Doue is now up to a 92 overall at just 21 years of age, and his stats just keep going up and just keep impressing. And what an unbelievable first half of the season in the Premier League for Doue. 22 goals and 7 assists in 32 games is just insane. Moving on now though, and we are of course into the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup, and the first game is just a 2-2 draw, but we do get through to the final, managing to beat Tottenham on penalties thanks to a late equaliser from Doue. In the final we do come up against against Liverpool in what is going to be a tough game for Man City. Although there was just one goal in it, Saka with a nice ball over to Doue, flicking it over and smashing it, although it just went over and the goal did actually come from Erling Haaland, getting through one-on-one before putting it into the back of the net, making it 1-0 for City. Of course, winning the game and grabbing yet another trophy. Into the round of 16 at the FA Cup, where we come up against Brighton, and we do manage to beat them 2-1. Into the quarter-final, where we face Wrexham, and it was a much closer game than I thought, to be honest. They pushed us to penalties, we did just about manage to get through. Into the semi-final, as we come up against Liverpool, and we do get into another final, as we beat them 3-2, thanks to a late winner from Doue. Into the Champions League now, into the round of 16, as we face Desire Doue's former club, PSG. And the first game is just a 2-2 draw, although we did manage to knock them out as we beat them 5-4 on aggregate. Into the quarterfinals, as yet again we come up against Liverpool, and we do manage to beat them 1-0, and in the second leg we did manage to beat them 3-1 on aggregate. Into the semi-finals, as we come up against Bayern Munich, the first game is just a 1-1 draw, although in the second leg we do manage to obliterate them, beating them 3-0 and 4-1 on aggregate. Into the FA Cup final now, as we face Bournemouth, and we started off strong. Desire Doue managing to get through. He had options in Erling Haaland, but he decided to take it himself, and he did take it indeed, making it 1-0 for Manchester City. And later on, Erling Haaland would step up with a penalty, and of course there was no doubt he makes it 2-0, as of course we won the game at 2-0, picking up yet another trophy and actually getting the double so far this season. We could make it the treble, as we have the Champions League up against Atletico Madrid. It's a huge game for Desire Doue. Can he show himself on the highest level? That's the question. Rodri here with a nice ball over the top to Desire Doue. He's got options inside if he wants to try and use them. He's going to try and take it himself though. He's just put it out wide. Bukayo Saka has options down this wing. He's going to try and take it himself. It's saved by the keeper. Doue up this wing yet again. Just dribbling forward, finding some space, flicking it over, trying to be fancy. Oh, it's cleared. Atletico Madrid on the attack here, just after half time. This is looking dangerous. Julian Alvarez inside again to Lookman. Great defending in the end. Desire Doue into Erling Haaland, make a nice run. Haaland, all you have to do is make a nice pass. It's not the best. Desire Doue could be through on goal here. She's got to curl it into the top corner, and Desire Doue has done exactly that. He curls it into the top corner in the 65th minute, making it 1-0. Atletico Madrid trying to answer back here. Ram into Alvarez. Oh my word, what a goal that is. But it's not even 10 minutes later and they equalise 1-1. Atletico Madrid going up this wing, looking dangerous yet again. We are into extra time now. Simeone passes it through to Alimano Lookman. He's just missed. Nice. Desire Doue up this wing. He's got loads of space. He's got Erling Haaland inside. He's also got Nico Gonzalez. Going to go for goal, and he scores. And he's getting an assist for Desire Doue. Makes it 2-1. And there we go. It's potentially, they've got one last attack. Hopefully not. That is getting claimed by the keeper, and that is going to be game over. Manchester City and Desire Doue have managed to win the Champions League, beating Atletico Madrid 2-1. And of course that is yet another trophy, and it is the biggest of Desire Doue's career in the Champions League. And just to top it off, we have won the quadruple this season. Technically, if you want to count the Community Shield, it is 5 trophies this season, as Manchester City have also won the Premier League. And what an absolutely unbelievable first season here for Desire Doue in the Premier League. 69 games, 41 goals and 16 appearances. It's just unbelievable, as well as playing a crucial part to a quadruple winning side. What a season it has been for him. The question is, can he prove it, and can he prove that he is the best player in the world by winning the Ballon d'Or? And of course he can. After that season, there's nobody else that is going to take that away from him, as Desire Doue manages to prove himself as the best player in the world, winning the Ballon d'Or.